Hello and welcome to History Pod. On the 8th of February 1904, Japanese destroyers prepared for a torpedo attack on the Russian Far East Fleet in the port of Port Arthur that sparked the Russo-Japanese War. Port Arthur was a fortified naval base in the south of Manchuria that had been leased to Russia by China since 1898. After crushing the Boxer Rebellion as part of an 8-nation coalition, Russia infuriated Japan, which claimed parts of Manchuria within its own sphere of influence, by refusing to remove its troops. Japan was willing to recognize Russian dominance in Manchuria in return for access to Korea, but an agreement could not be reached with Russia, and Japan therefore broke off diplomatic relations on the 6th of February 1904. 3 hours before the Russian government received the declaration of war on the 8th of February, the Japanese Imperial Navy conducted a pre-emptive strike. Japanese Admiral Tōgō sent 10 destroyers to Port Arthur, where their torpedoes damaged 2 of the Russian fleet's most powerful battleships, as well as a cruiser. Although none of the ships were sunk due to the effectiveness of the torpedo nets in the port, the Russian fleet was seriously weakened as the ships that had been hit were put out of action. The attack was halted at around 2 a.m. the following morning after the Russians turned on their searchlights and began to return fire. At around 8 a.m, Admiral Tōgō sent a reconnaissance mission through the morning mist to inspect Port Arthur. With his observers reporting that the Russian fleet had been crippled by the previous night's attack, the Japanese fleet were ordered to launch an attack on the port. In reality, the reconnaissance was wrong, and the Russians were prepared for battle. The Battle of Port Arthur resulted in ships on both sides suffering damage before the Japanese fleet retreated.